Hello, everyone coming in. Want to make this quick live stream. So as you're coming in, make sure you hit like and share if you are on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. And you can also share this on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Hello, coming in. Drop your city and or state as you are coming in. And real quick, I watched a lot of videos or a particular video today that suggested people should not be paying down or paying off their credit card debts right now. And I wanted to share this with you. And this is why. I don't want you all to think that I'm promoting Houston, Texas in the house. Hello, David from Houston, Texas. Don't want you all to think that I am promoting, right, not to pay credit card debt to get you in a situation where your credit scores are plummeting. Hello, Vincent from Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm going to give you some very practical advice for these times. The rules have changed for where we are entering. And you need to know what financial moves you should be making right now and why. Also, let me make this quick announcement. Also, if anyone has a loan with Santander Auto, those is subprime loans. An update on that is that many of those loans, because of the subprime lending, if you have vehicles financed through Santander, those subprime lending, let me read directly from the article. Many people are released of those debts. They was very high overcharged interest debt. So many people are being released of those debts. No for repo can occur on them. Also, the titles will be given back, right? So that's great news if you have, Santander loan. So let me Google the article and then I'll get right back into the topic of discussion. Santander auto loans. Hello, Ms. Kearney. Santander reaches settlement with states and subprime auto loan. Anytime you see subprime in anything in the loan, that means it's not a very good high interest rate loans, or the interest will be front loaded, right? And so in other terms, you're going to be paying over the amount either for that loan or that mortgage. You know, in 2008, what caused the housing market crash, and 2008 was subprime lending, right? Subprime lending. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube, but I'll take it. It's showing 120 people watching right now on my YouTube channel. It did that for me the other day. It went up astronomically, then it dropped down. But I'll take that, YouTube. Aloha, Enrico from Hawaii. And everyone coming in on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Jeremy Funchi says, therefore, loans that exceed the state interest rate are all Santander loans. Okay, great question. Let me read directly from the article so I can give you accurate information. Santander reaches settlement with states in subprime auto loan. A group of 34 state attorneys has reached settlement with Santander USA over allegedly shady subprime auto loan practices, which could provide consumers with $550 million, right, in relief nationwide, officials announced Tuesday. The bank allegedly violated consumer protection laws and targeting buyers who were more likely to default for risky loans, according to court papers in Manhattan Supreme Court. Let me send this out real quick to my followers and let them know that I'm live. Let me send this text message out. I mean, 1 minute. Oh, YouTube is showing 341 people watching on my YouTube. So let me send this text message out. It's a little more difficult for me to text because I got my nails changed and I got them cut down. I had to. And oh, I'm sorry, I sent to the wrong person. But all right, let me send this group text out. In 1 second, we're going to discuss Santander auto loans. We're going to discuss also why it's not the time to pay down credit card debts and what financial moves you should be making right now. And so for many people that have Santander, that's a debt release for you. All right. But with my nails cut down, it's actually harder for me to, I just sent around. It's harder for me to text. I have to get used to them. All right. So back to Santander. They agreed to pay 65 million, right, to restitution to subprime consumers, people who don't have adequate credit scores or history. So anything is subprime in it. They are targeting people who with low credit scores or very low credit history. So they're going to pay restitution for people who do not have adequate credit scores, who defaulted on loans between January 1st of 2010 to December 31st of 2019, right? Yeah, let the cash flow, exactly, let the cash flow. So that's some great news to start this broadcast out with. That some people will get their titles back. Their vehicles can't be repossessed on. New Yorkers will receive 2.77 million of the restitution funds. And also consumers across the United States who defaulted on their loans that have not received who haven't yet had their car repossessed as of December 31st, 2019, will be given titles to their vehicles and have the balances, right, on their loans forgiven up to 45 million. So that's great news. You all need to comment with a happy emoji, especially if you are with Santander. And again, those dates, people who defaulted on loans between January 1st to 2010 to December 31st, 2019, right? And who have not had their car repossessed as of December 31st of 2019 will be given the title to their vehicles and have the balances on their loans forgiven. So that's great news for anyone that had vehicles with Santanders. Yes, Mr. Mentor. Oh my God, it has me at 1,000. I think for some reason. Hello, Robert on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube algorithm, but I think the more times I say the word YouTube, it add people watching, because right now it has me at 1,088 people watching. So hello, Black Queen. Greetings from Riverside, California. I'm coming to Mississippi looking for you. Robert Williams, Mr. Mentor is in. Ron, don't call me this week. Send me a text. I very seldom offer or I very seldom answer unknown phone calls. Do I mentor people on starting a business? Yes. 𝒞𝓃𝓉, we do offer, and I say we because it's a home-based credit repair business, right? That we have private Facebook group, private training. Actually, we have a Zoom meeting tonight Let me see if I can share the Zoom link. If you want to be in, I can share the Zoom link. It's at 6:30 Central Standard Time. If you want to know more, hello, Antonio, about the home-based business, this is the link. Okay, it's telling me. It's telling me it's too long. Give me a second. All right, so the first one is at 6:30 Central Standard Time, and it will be another one an hour later. If you want to know more about the home-based business, and also on Facebook, let me put that link in my Facebook Live as well. You all can join in on that Zoom, 6:30 Central Standard Time, and another one will be at 7:30. Okay, so I got both links in my platforms for those who want to join in and learn more about the home-based credit repair business. Because simply put, people, let me tell you why the perfect storm is not brewing. Let me tell you why the perfect storm is not brewing, and why July will not be a month for freedom. Right? So I started you all off with some good news. So we do have some not so good news to come. These are things that will occur in the month of July. Number one, all balloon payments or back payments for people who have not made payments on personal loan accounts, on vehicle accounts, or their credit cards accounts will all be due in July. Right. Now, you also have people that are in default with mortgages or their rent. Those payments, some people are even getting evicted now. Right. So those payments will be due all in July. It's balloon payments. Now, FHA with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac made the announcement that YouTube is showing 1,200 people watching, but I need more thumbs up. You all still have not given those thumbs up, so give the thumbs up as you all are coming in. As again, I don't know what's happening with the algorithm with YouTube, but the more I say the word, the more it builds the audience. So I do appreciate that maybe temporarily it's showing that it temporarily went up to 300, I think, the other day. But there will be a time period where I will have 300, 400, 500, even 1,200 people actually watching the live stream. So I will watch the number count to see how long this happens on my YouTube channel, right? So also, Facebook, make sure you share as well. But back to the topic, the home-based business is the perfect solution for people who want to also make money from home, as well as, get extra money from home, earn additional income, because there are people that are currently working from home now that are receiving pink slip notices via email, right? So even their work from home jobs are not secure. Now we have gas prices increase. I have not been out to date yet, but in Mississippi alone, gas prices went from Tuesday being $1.35 to $1.49 yesterday, a 14-cent price increase in one day, right? So yes, Mr. Mentor, I guess YouTube is crowning me the queen. You all make sure you hit the thumbs up as you all come in on YouTube. And so what's happening, you're seeing an astronomical increase. Yes, it is time to create a financial literacy, and create an LLC. You can get home-based business tax deductions and earn more money with credit repair without having an LLC. You can use this with your social security number. Because I tell people all the time, now is not the time to build a boat in a storm. This just like going to Michigan right now, who's experiencing historical flooding and asking the residents of Michigan that's a result of this to build boats now while the flood has occurred or is occurring. So you have to know what business right now is recession proof, right? And what business will bring you profit, right? True creation or credit repair business and filter. Real estate, believe it or not, hello, Lee Brown, aka Les Brown. I read an article today that stated that real estate for medium price homes is the highest it's ever been in this recession. So let's go through a history lesson. This is what happens. The more the government debt increase, right? Whether there's stimulus payments, whatever the situation, the higher the government debt increases, the more of what we call inflation, and now even hyperinflation will occur. So let's think that the Fed will go into negative interest rates. Let's say the Fed goes into negative interest rates. Okay. What happens is negative interest rate will cause prices to increase or hyperinflate. So now you have the gas prices that's going to increase, groceries that's going to increase, real estate, because the debt is cheaper, may not devalue as we think it is. Now, you can really see how real estate may take a dive in 2021. But as of right now, me personally, I'm not investing in real estate. I'm not, I just did an investment condo, but I'm not doing it now at this time because I don't think I'll get the best deals on the real estate pricing. Now, what will happen is after July, and you may have some people, unfortunately, who cannot pay on their mortgage when it's all due, or they may not qualify for loan modification, et cetera, then you'll have some properties that will go astronomically high and in bankruptcies and foreclosures. And so you have to wait some months, let the bank sit on those properties, and then 2021 probably would be a better time as far as pricing goes to invest in real estate. And then there are so many people right now that are defaulting on their rent and Airbnb property. So I will wait a couple of months for real estate. Right. Thank you so much, Jeremy. He said, hi, I like what you are doing. Miss Queen, keep it up. I definitely will. Now, let me show you all this video clip or this small clip. And on Facebook, you won't be able to see it, but you can definitely listen to credit card bubble CBSN News report that on credit card bubble, credit card debt bubble could burst due to this pandemic, and why it is not wise to pay off or down your credit card debts at this time. So let me share the screen. Hello, Easy coming in. I'm actually on my way to the gym after this live. Going to do some sauna, get some exercise in. So let me see how this is going to look. YouTube, if the screen is showing or sharing. Is my screen sharing or showing on YouTube? It's taking a while. Let me see. Okay, hold up. It's not showing like I wanted to show. You all may just have to listen if I can't. Just listen in if you can't see it.
this pandemic worsens, millions and millions of Americans are skipping their credit card payments, and that is actually forcing many banks and lenders to prepare for perhaps worse economic fallout. So to talk more about this and more about what you can do is Jill Schlesinger. She is our CBS News business analyst. Thank you so much for joining us, Jill. It took like a really quick Google for me to find a ton of stories of people who are trying to figure out ways, not to pay their monthly payment on their credit cards because they had, people had problems with credit cards before. They were struggling under the weight of their credit card debt before. I can only imagine that this pandemic has made it worse.
Yeah, it's really crazy actually, because the credit card bills that were accumulating started to pile up. And before the pandemic, we were actually at a 7-year high of credit card delinquencies. So obviously, with 26 million Americans claiming for new unemployment benefits, we know that this is going to be even worse when the next round of data start to pour in. Now, here's the issue. The credit card companies have been instructed by the government to give what's called forbearance, which means breathing room. No fees and penalties. Give some people a little bit of leeway in paying things off. Certainly no extra stuff piled on. And that is actually causing some problems for the credit card companies themselves. Not that anyone really feels bad for them, but listen, they employ a lot of people also. Stock prices of some of the big issuers are taking a much bigger hit than other financial service firms because they know that many of these credit card accounts will not be able to get paid in full for a very long time.
So I guess, Jill, how are the banks and lenders being affected sort of long term?
Well, I think that if you are a big bank and your main business is credit card, then you're going to take a hit. When you look at a big banking center like a JP Morgan Chase, they're not just issuing credit cards. They're doing a lot of other activities. And, when you think about it, the firms that are out there and they are, they've benefited for essentially 11 years of an economic recovery. So this is part of their game plan that they know they've got to plan to write off loans when the economy turns. The question really is how long this lasts, and that we don't know yet, because the sooner that more of these people get off these unemployment benefits, get back to work, the better they'll be. But I don't see that happening as quickly as many others do.
But it seems like some of the lenders and some of the banks that run these credit cards are giving people a bit of a break here and there.
Right. I mean, forbearance is wonderful, right? You say, okay, don't pay this bill for 3 months, right? You maybe say a 90-day reprieve. But there are also reports that many of these companies are being quite squirrely when consumers actually call them up or get in touch with them. They say, okay, they're waiving their late fees, they're waiving their interest charges, but then they are creating a balloon payment that's...
All right, so let me read from this screen what's going on too, some key points. They are tightening credit available to new applicants or existing customers. So you need to know that. Now, this is what banks are doing. Credit unions are not operating under these same guidelines or auspices at this time. Also, shutting down credit cards that have not been used in a while. I have a Discover card $10,000 limit. I just used it for small purchases just because I hadn't used it in a while, and I want to make sure it's not shut down. That card is not dormant to have 4 emergency payments. Right. So you have to question and wonder yourself, why are banks getting consumers or people in the habit of not paying bills? Right. Not paying bills. So let's listen to the end. It's only a 6-minute clip. Only 3 more minutes to go.
Do at the other end of this. And what they're also doing is, and I think that wisely, of course, if you're running a business, is they're shutting down lending facilities, meaning you might have thought your credit limit was $12,000, and the issuer might say, well, you know what, it's actually $5,000. And they can do that, it's perfectly legal, but before you start running up your credit card bill, be sure to understand what is your limit and what are the rules surrounding this forbearance period.
Jill, a lot of Americans are saving their stimulus checks because of life essentials instead of paying down debt. Practically speaking, Is there a priority between paying off debt and saving for essentials? What's the good balance that people should be thinking about for those who are skirting on the edge?
I think if you're on the edge, if you're unemployed, if you've been negatively impacted financially from this pandemic, it's all about conserving your cash. So I would not be in a rush to pay down any debt at all.
Okay, so she said she will not be in a rush to pay down any debt at all. And I am in total agreement with her. I'm going to let her explain this in the video, and then I'm going to come back before you live.
And I've been fielding questions from my podcast every single day, and I have found that people really want to try to get rid of that debt. And I'm saying, look, in normal times, I love you to pay down high interest debt. These are not normal times. We're at the extreme. You've got to conserve your cash for a rainy day. It's not a rainy day, my friends. It is pouring. It is a storm. It's a 1 in 100 year flood. It's a hurricane, and it's a wildfire, and it happened all at once.
All right, so she said in normal times, she would advise to save your funds for a rainy day. But people, we are not in a rainy day. As she said, it is storming. It is flooding. This will make 2008 recession on the housing market credit looks like a flesh wound. This is going to be detrimental. So yes, your credit card payments will be due on the 4th, which is July. That's true. But so will your vehicle payments, so will your mortgage, so with some rents that you are renting. That's why I just read an article or shared an article on my Facebook from Market Watch that's showing, let me see, can I pull that article up and share with you all, that people are making foolish decisions and spending their stimulus. Some of the common items that people are spending their stimulus checks on, if you know, in the Black or brown community, is ribs, steaks, seafood, gaming, according to this article on Market Watch. Let me see. Federal stimulus money. Let me see. As according to Walmart reported, gaming, toys, even Jordan's, retail clothing. These are not smart choices right now to be spending your stimulus on. And so it won't allow me to, let me share you on my Facebook page. I'll share you my Facebook page because I can't find an article right now on Market Watch. So I'll just share with you that I did share the article, or that the article was released. And 𝒞𝓄𝓃, she is actually, or she was on my YouTube. She's also in the home-based business and building the business. These are her credit score results. She said, let me read some of these testimonies. Why should I have to pay for someone else's mistake is how I felt. And that's when I looked on YouTube and I ran across a channel called Queen of Credit. And I watched and I watched and I watched. I was like, let me give it a try to see if she could help me at the moment. I knew exactly where I should be and what I should be doing. Something that I could try to do, just like she said, 𝒞𝓄𝓃 did for me, which was help people who was like me, people that just have life happen to them. No one told me anything about credit. I had to learn from others, and that I didn't officially know from trial and error. The more I watched YouTube, the more information after information I retained. I stumbled across another wonderful female named Shonda Moore, The Road to 750. When I say I have learned so much from being in her group and webinars, her movement inspired me, and I already wanted wanted to, because I see testimonies of people who have struggled to get more things done in their life, and they can fix their financial solutions, right? So this is 𝒞𝓾𝓃. She was on YouTube. This is her credit score results. She's also my partner in the home-based business, and I personally worked on her credit as well. And these are the testimonials that make what I do life changing. Brandon Reed said, "Preach, sister, preach." Brandon, credit on Facebook also improved. So 𝒞𝓾𝓃's on YouTube went from a 485 and a 490 in February of this year to now. And then she's showing, oh no, I'm sorry, this was in 2018, a 495 in 2018, in July of 2018, and then April 30th for 689 and 673. Now January the 9th, 2020, she's showing her score at a 717. January again, 715 Equifax score. 720 score, January experience score. And at her most recent score as of right now is 743, right? I think with her, there were some collections and things that I did, but so some other self-knowledge of teaching herself as well. This is a live testimonial from a 480 or 490 credit score to today's date of 743. You all make sure you give Letitia some smiley emojis or something in the comments of congratulations. Her current score as of April 7, 2020, 760. And note, it says FICO score, 113 point change. She began working with me last month, right? 760. This young lady came from a 480s in 2018, 2 years later, and now look at her results, from a 485 to a 490. And she was on 𝒞𝓾𝓃 on my YouTube. So thank you. I love to help and get testimonials like those for people that work with me. Also, you'll see on my Facebook page, 1917, the Spanish flu pandemic, people were wearing masks, right, to attend the games. Let me like that post myself. And I quoted with the scripture, Ecclesiastes 1:9, what has been will be again, what has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun, people. I always know that there's always a black swan event when the economy is going or has gone bad. That happens. Some more pictures of Spanish flu 1917, barbers using masks. And this is on my Facebook page if you are following me on Facebook. Yes, Mr. Mentor, thank you so much. You all thank 𝒞𝓾𝓃 on YouTube. Show her some digital love. Barbers wearing masks to cut hair. Football players wearing masks. 1917. So just know that 2 Timothy 1:7, God said he does not give us a spirit of fear, but a love and a sound mind. I always study your history. All right, so let me pull up. This was a very sad story today. Tenants accused of not social distancing face eviction from an Alabama senior living facility. That is terrible, terrible news. Here's the article that I want to share with you all. And again, on Facebook, you can't see it live, but it will, or it is showing live on my YouTube, right? Yeah, Alabama is your state. Antonio said, nice. Yeah, thanks. Antonio is also my business partner. Antonio, you and 𝒞𝓾𝓃, everyone that's live, Lee Brown, make sure you tune into that Zoom. You have people training. If you have prospects or clients that's looking to learn more about the home-based business, they need to get started preparing for credit score drops in July. Share that link with them, that Zoom link with them as well. Okay, Roy said Montgomery is his city. So Market Watch. Americans use their $1,200 stimulus checks to splurge at Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. Here's what they are buying. Let's see. While many Americans have used their stimulus to cover basic needs such as groceries, mortgage, or rent, there's evidence people are also spending the money on non-essential items, including electronics, clothes, and toys, according to major retailers. Call it relief spending as it was heavily influenced by stimulus dollars, leading to sales increases in categories such as apparel, televisions, video games, sporting goods, and toys. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said during the company's earnings call on Tuesday. Target and Best Buy also increased consumer demand for discretionary goods in the mid-April as the stimulus payments from $2.2 trillion CARES Act flowed into Americans' bank accounts. The company's CEO said this week Apple saw an uptick in the demand for its products, buying new cell phones as well, Apple products across the board. At Walmart and Target, shoppers bought more TVs. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me read this again. At Walmart and Target, shoppers bought more TVs, televisions, electronics, gaming equipment, and apparel. Walmart also saw increased demand for adult-sized bikes. So I'm glad some adults were trying to get out, get some sunlight, vitamin D, and exercise. At Best Buy, consumers used their stimulus checks to buy computing and gaming equipment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I understand you have kids at home, you're trying to keep the kids entertained, but people, you have to know where we are headed, in this economic time. And you have to know what are essential purchases versus non-essential purchases at this time. Again, you want to be able to afford groceries as prices increase, gas, and you want to be able to take advantage of affordable credit. Affordable credit. Credit now will be affordable, more affordable or cheaper now than ever. But for people who are not positioning themselves to get their credit score increased, again, July will not be a freedom month for you. You are going to lock yourself out of this American dream, and you're going to lock yourself out on opportunities to get assets. Yeah, William said he's not shocked at all. To get assets like real estate, right? Exactly. That's 𝒞𝓄𝓃. She's on YouTube, aka Letitia. Yes, people need to stop buying all this stuff. And I forgot about alcohol, right? I know people alcohol budgets has increased. That happens when you sit at home every day. You don't get exercise. You don't get sunlight. Then you start doing depressed activities. Sent the laugh emoji on. Or depression type activities. Did you all know, for example, that the outer layer of the sun, and I don't want to say the word because YouTube doesn't like it, but the outer layer of the sun is called the C word, and it provides you vitamin D and sunlight. But I guess I'm just a health and phys ed major, so people don't respect what I know about the body. I was talking to my friend and I told him if people would just build their immune system, take vitamin D, get sunlight, get exercise, you can do some outside activities, try doing a farm, washing your vehicles, riding a bike, walk around your neighborhood, do something to get out, get exercise, get that activities, right? Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D3 pills, elderberry, all good immune system health products, not medical products, but health products, because you do know that people with pre-existing health conditions are the ones that being diagnosed with this C virus. Okay, someone said oil of oregano, and you have to look at a state like Mississippi that's so much in debt, So when you get $30,000 of extra incentives to diagnose someone with the C virus and your state is already in debt, those are some good financial monetary benefits for any state. Likewise with California and New York, who have high state debt right now, right? You are coming in on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. YouTube he had 1,000 people watching right now, but I don't have that many thumbs up. So make sure you all hit the thumbs up. Yes, 𝒞𝓃𝓃𝓄𝓃 said you better stay woke. Take elderberry zinc in your vitamins every day. 𝒤𝓾𝓃𝓉 tea as well. Hello, Tyrone. Yeah, I am the credit queen. I have to keep my health up though, because a lot of people don't understand that when you're dealing with the financial stressors of people, it also comes often with a devastating life story, right? Especially, thank you, YouTube, for hitting that thumbs up. Especially when it comes to medical bills sometimes, and people are stressed about debt collectors and medical bills. They don't understand that if they validate a lot of these debt legally and ask for legal validation, that they will not legally even owe the debt under FTC rules, Federal Trade Commission. And a lot of people, medical debts is the highest debt as far as the amount that they're trying to collect. And medical debts. That's why people would question why pay debt collectors, right? Because a paid collection on your credit score is still a paid collection, is still detrimental. And you pay the collection, it still counts negative. And another thing, for people who are not making payments, it is still counting negative. It is still counting as a negative mark on your credit report. It's showing late payment due to natural disaster, but it still will have a smaller negative impact. I also know as well that student loan interest has been temporarily deferred or stopped, meaning that until September 30th of this year, you should not be accruing student loan interest as well. I've heard many testimonials of people that said, I started out at $65,000 of student loan debt, but because of the yearly interest that occurs and I'm making payments on it, I'm now at $100,000. Or I heard a podcast last night say that one lady said she started at 17,000 student loan debt and now have been paying monthly for 5 years, and the student loan debt is even higher at 30,000. What you need to understand about student loan debt and mortgage debt is that they occur daily interest. Even though the overall interest may be low, daily interest, or also called amortization interest, is more deadly and detrimental than simple interest. Simple interest is what credit cards charge. So what credit cards do is, and also these vehicle loans, you have to make sure they're not front loaded with interest payments. But what credit cards do is they only charge that interest amount towards the balance that you have remaining on your credit. The balance remaining at the time that the bill is due. Right. So if it's a $3,000 balance at 3% interest, then that's a $15 interest charge. $150 interest charge for that month. Versus mortgage and student loan debts, where they occur a little interest every day, which costs you more in the long run. Right. So that's what we call velocity, or what I call velocity banking, in which you can get your mortgage debt paid down in 5 to 7 years versus a 15-30-year mortgage. You take the simple interest and you take the mortgage interest, amortization interest, and you pay it down so you won't have those 10 times or doubling up paying back a mortgage, right? But people, now is not the time to pay down debt. Now is the time to build cash flow. Let's say it again. Now is not the time to pay down debts. Yes, make your payments on essential debts, right? That you need for living and lifestyle. And I'm saying this because hyperinflation is occurring, which means we're going to see a high peak in gas and grocery pricing. So your dollar is purchasing less. The purchasing power of the dollar, as more stimulus, as the United States gets more in debt, is purchasing less. This produces less gas and less groceries for you. So why would you save it in a bank and get no interest? If we go to negative interest rates, you will have a small fee actually for banks depositing your money or keeping your money. And prices are increasing. And so your money is losing the amount that it could. So why save it? But you need to stack it. See, it's the difference between saving money and stacking cash, right? It's a difference between saving cash and stacking cash. You need to stack it so that you can pay up rent, mortgages, and be able to buy these groceries up for the year. And if you have any extra money on the side after having your essential bills paid, while you are I still highly recommend that you make the minimal payments on your credit cards, or if you can, get your credit card balances under the 30% ratio, meaning if you have a $5,000 credit card, then you want that balance to be under $1,500. Pay it down, but you have banks like Capital One that's cutting credit limits, right? So just be careful of what financial decisions. I told people now is not the time to play checkers. Now is the time to play chess. Pay those credit cards down. Keep them in good standing. You definitely don't want to get your credit card accounts closed because you are not paying them at all. But make sure your essential bills and lifestyle, bills of food, water, those necessities, and a roof, a place to sleep can be taken care of up to this year. And then after that's taken care of, now you can possibly look at paying down credit card debts or growing your money into other revenue streams that would grow your money. That's why some people have their money Bitcoin and physical silver and gold. And I highly suggest that you do a cash flow in business, because right now, cash is not king. Cash flow is king. I'm going to say that again. Cash is not king anymore. Cash flow is. You need cash flow, right? Coming in. You need cash flow coming in. So let me answer some of these questions. As long as I can pay my bills, I'm paying. Most people who shop for non-essential products are those who are in debt already and have no plans. Exactly. Some people don't have any plans for giving out, but they are going to hate their spending choices this time in July. People are going to hate that they spent their money foolishly. The stimulus, they're going to wish they had stacked it. They're going to wish they had cut their alcohol budget, their real budget, their steak budget, their seafood budget, their gaming budget, their Jordan budget, right? This time in July already. So if you don't have if you can't access affordable credit and you don't have a cash flowing system in place, then how do you plan to survive the pandemic? Because you've already seen Donald Trump's said that the bill that the House passed, the Democrats, was dead on arrival. It was DOA. You cannot depend on the government. See, the people that's spending like right now, those are the people who will be dependent on the government or think the government will come through for them. Right? So they think they can just spend money foolishly. The unemployment boost of $600 is all scheduled to end in July. July will not be financial freedom month. if you all are watching this live or in the replay, I want you to type that in so people can get it. July will not be financial freedom month. It will not. Matter of fact, don't put financial freedom. Just put July will not be freedom month. Just do that. July will not be freedom month. We might be out of ribs by July. Might be out of ribs, might be out of hamburger, might not have meat. Farmers are throwing away produce, milk, eggs. I mean, this is not. And then they are predicting is the word, is a better word, predicting that the second outburst will happen in the fall. So they're already telling you, yeah, July will not be freedom month. So let me share with you if you want a cash flow in business. I was informed that FICO 10 is already here. If you don't follow my channel, you might not know what FICO 10 is. So in brief, FICO 10 will eliminate things that have been used for the past years after the 2008 housing market or our last recession. It would eliminate people being able to take advantage of credit sweeps. Credit sweeps happens when people falsely claim that they are victims of identity theft. And while the credit agencies are investigating temporarily for 30 to 45 days, the investigation happens or occur to see if any accounts on your account are true items of identity theft. Once they come back and say, hey, no, these were legitimately your accounts, you are not a victim of identity theft, the items are placed back on there. And there can be repercussions, right? Including federal jail time and fine for people that want to falsely state that they were victims of identity theft, because you have to go on the government website to claim that or go to your local police station. So what would happen was people would perform these, and it's called credit sweeps, and it would mask or hide bad accounts temporarily while the investigation is going on. And so for 30 days, these people will go out and then get things because it will appear that they don't have these negatives on their credit accounts, get things that they can't afford, a vehicle. They still will get subprime loans or bad loans, but at least they will be approved, right? They will get approved, and then only to find out that it's going to be back on there. And now their credit score is back in the same spot it was, 30 days prior. And so the same thing with AU Tradelines. AU Tradelines is short abbreviated for authorized user. That's when someone has good credit card payment history and they add you for usually a fee from $500 all the way up to $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, or $2,500. Depends on what company you go through. They add you to their good credit card payment history, and it temporarily gives you a credit score increase because you are inheriting or a recipient of their good credit card paying history. And they only keep you on these accounts for 30 to 60 days. So now what FICO 10 is going to do, and one of my followers on Facebook told me yesterday that FICO 10 is already here because her credit union, local credit union, informed her that they are using the FICO 10 scoring model. So what FICO 10 does is look at your 2-year credit history now. No longer will it look at a 30 or 60-day snapshot to determine your credit. So if you have accounts that have been temporarily removed due to a credit sweep, or you have a artificial credit score that was boosted because you purchased an AU trade line, now they're going to say, well, your credit looks like something happened differently within the last 30 to 60 days. But based on your 2-year history, you are not credit worthy, right? You're not credit worthy. And now you won't be able to afford that affordable credit at the lowest interest rate. Credit in July after and start of August will be something that only the elite will be able to have access to if people do not get their credit fixed right now. And that's why when my clients come to me, I always look at their 2-year credit history to restore and help them repair their credit. I never do a 30-day credit sweep, and I only recommend AU Tradelines for them if they are trying to get approved for something like business credit and they don't have a high personal credit card, because most business credit card match your personal credit limit on a personal credit card you already have. So let me explain it simpler. If you want, let's say, a Chase business credit card, and you apply for a Chase Business Inc. business card, Chase Business Inc. will look at your personal credit and see, okay, do they already have an Amex, a Discover, a Visa, a MasterCard? And if so, how high is their limit? So most people may not have a high personal credit card limit, but when you get a business credit card, they want to give you high credit limits because it's for business use. And they expect businesses to have high capital purchases. And so if you are someone that has purchased an AU trade line and someone has a $10,000 credit card and your personal credit is already in good standing, right? Then more than likely Chase will approve you for a $10,000 business credit card. Or if you purchase a $15,000 AU trade line, but your personal credit will have to have no late payments within the last 2 years, no bankruptcy reporting at all, no charge off or collections within the last 2 years, and you cannot have any more than 5 hard pulls or 5 inquiries on your credit report from all 3 credit agencies within the last 2 years as well. So that means with Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, you need to have 5 or less hard pulls. If your credit profile meet those guidelines and standards, and you only have a $5,000 personal credit card, then you more than likely won't get a high business card approval. But if someone asks you as an authorized user with a high credit limit, then that increases your chances of getting approved for a business credit card as well, and getting approved at the matching credit limit of the personal credit card credit limit that's currently reporting on your credit report. So I really tried to explain it in a simple way. Easy said, at Kroger, a pack of 12 chicken legs is $16. Oh my God. I guess I'm just gonna have to go vegan. I probably shouldn't have no problems with weight loss, right? Alan, I see July's my birthday. 2 guess I'll be at work, something like that. Enjoy your birthday. If you're getting things done now in the month of in this month in May, then enjoy July. This is for the people who are not making wise decisions with their money now. That July may not be a freedom month for them. But if you're getting your credit up, if you're investing in a cash flowing business, and let me say that again, if you're investing in a recession proof cash flowing business, you're getting your credit score improved right now before this officially takes place, because it seems to me banks are trying to go bankrupt on purpose at this point. Why, in other words, would they want to get people programmed into not paying their bills for 3 months to further, I guess, inspire people or, encourage people, right, for lack of better words, to go out and spend their money on non-essential items? Because they know that the consumers that don't have a financial education and that are not financially informed will do this type of spending. They are very aware of this. So someone asked, what about if you only have a secured $1,000 rebuilding credit? If you only have a $1,000 secured credit card, then I highly suggest, and I'll put the links in the comments, that you get these 2 lines of $5,000 charge cards added to your credit report. What I do like about these, you cannot get denied based on your credit stand if they report to all 3 credit reports. So you need these primary trade lines added in, $5,000. I will answer that question. So I recommend these trade lines. They're $5,000 and they report to, hold on, I think it's too long. Okay, I have to break it down. This one, and this is the second. So YouTube, Facebook, if you're not on YouTube, you're not able to see these links. Someone asked, can I still qualify for business credit through Chase? I need 3 7-year collection removed. Go to my website, www.𝒞𝓄𝓾𝑒𝒹𝒾𝓉.com. If your collections are 7 years old, you don't need those removed to qualify. You only need accounts, and then you go to Credit Help on my website. And if you're interested in the home-based cash flow and business for your secondary or even primary income, you can also go to that as well on my website. You'll select home-based business information. So let me put that link in. Only accounts that's negative within a 2-year window. And I've always did my credit consultation this way. Within a 2-year window, you have some do-it-yourself programs or other programs just tell you to dispute everything negatively, and that can hurt your credit score more than it can help you. And also, the reason why I put now is not the time to be fixing or repairing your own credit, people, is because FICO 10 officially is supposed to be announced and be here in July. So when people say that I fix my own credit, it usually takes those people 2 to 3 years and a lot of time and research. As I told you all, this is not the time to be making foolish spending decisions, right? That's not geared toward your essential bills. It's not the time to pay off credit card debt unless your credit card debt is already low and you know that credit card will be in good standing. But it is the time to pay on your credit card debts. It is the time to pay on all debts. It's not the time to pay on all debts. You need to make sure you have money stacked up for future purposes, and you need to grow your money. If you have money to pay out debts that's non-essential, which means it does not include your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, you need to invest in a cash flow in business, because no one knows what the future of their jobs will be in this economy. You need to have secondary income, and you need a recession-proof business like 𝒞𝓄𝓾𝑒 is. I have not went one day where I have not, on a daily basis, either I'm receiving the $75 for a credit analysis, or I'm receiving payment for people to get started with credit. I have not received one day, and people even do it on Sundays. They don't understand. I do need one day to rest. They'll text me Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Let me put this out there, people. If I do get a text that late, I understand that you are anxious. Some people be up there late watching my videos. If I get a text that late at night, more than likely I will block you, and you just have to communicate with me on my website or via email, because You have to understand business etiquette and have to understand how to conduct business if you want to be a person who will continue to keep good credit. You have to learn business etiquette and business communication, and communicating with anyone via phone Saturday at 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night is not business communication skills to practice or business etiquette. And you will be forced to communicate with me only through via email. And that privilege or right to have access to my phone text will be taken away. All right, another question. People said there, Antonio, they're looking for bailouts. Could I still, okay, I answered that one. Alan says, I'm getting my credit cleared up by 850 Credit Club on a 6-month plan. I'm going to just work until I get it right. I want my business credit, meaning I want to use it to start my business, nothing too major. Okay. Yeah, 850 Credit Club usually come on my live streams a lot of time. I'm not sure how they work with credit. I do have a month-to-month plans through my partnership business for $80 a month. But to work with me personally, my desired results are within 30 to 60 days, 2 to 3 months. Versus, but I do have a partnership business that meet the budgets for people who may not have everything up front to pay at one time for $80 a month. And also they help you earn extra money as well. Meaning that when you refer other people and give testimonies, they also pay you to do that for people who need credit help. So if you're going to pay month to month for credit repair, put yourself in a position to where you can earn money from credit repair, not just paying to get your credit repaired, right? So that's also on my website, 𝒤𝓾𝑒𝒹𝒾𝓉.com. Again, the name of the game is cash flow, because the more our government goes in debt, the more that causes hyperinflation, and inflation, which simply means the more prices are going to increase, right? Going to increase. All right, Calandra, you're looking to join. I think I put that you're looking to join. You can go ahead and enroll now and send me a text. We have a Zoom meeting. That's why I need to hurry up and go to the gym in exactly 2 hours. It's going to get a private Zoom. It's going to give you training. We also have a private Facebook group. And it's so many different ways to get paid from this company. And with credit scores crashing soon, why not have a recession-proof credit business? Because people are going to need financial help, credit help, now more than ever. That, yeah, Antonio is already in it. You will love it. Our leader and mentor is a millionaire out of Georgia, and he's hands-on. He texts you. He texts me, I know. He stays on top of me, keep me going, because he also knows that I have my credit repair business as well. But I'm also helping people at affordable price with their credit, and also helping them to get more cash flow. And if you're working for home, just know your utilities pricing an increase. You're feeding the kids, et cetera, et cetera. You need tax deductions, meaning that, did you know that if you join me, or when you join me in this home-based credit repair business, that you can pay your kids to work the business, right? You have to create a W-9 for them and a 1099. You pay your kids to work the business, and the money you pay them with allow them to go out and make groceries. So that would be a tax write-off for you at the end of the year. Because what most people don't understand, yes, this business, the link I just shared, it will help you with updating your W-4. Yes. So it's makewealthreal.com, Queen of Credit and Cashflow. Go to that site and you can learn more about it. It will help you with your W-4, which is helping people who still have jobs to get $200 and $600 more increase out of their paychecks, because they don't have or haven't had for years their 2020 or previous W-4. And also, once you enroll in the business, you get $400 375 tax deductions versus just 9 as an employee. So you make a combination of being an employee and an entrepreneur at the same time. So the same tax benefits that you all hear about Amazon receiving, that's not paying these taxes and everything, that if you had a franchise with Starbucks or Chick-fil-A, the same tax benefits they're getting, you will receive too. And which simply means you'll get more money out of your paycheck. Thank you, 𝒞𝓇𝑒𝒹𝒾𝓉, for that $9.99 super chat. Thank you all. He says, hello, everyone. Smash the like button. I love Black businesses. Thank you so much. And Facebook, I put that link in there for you as well. I think I did. For the home-based cash flow and credit repair business. Okay, I just got an email about someone signing up for business. All right, so that's it. Let me hit the sauna because our private training will happen in approximately 2 hours. So I need to actually, I thank you all for supporting Black-based businesses. I thank all my kings and queens for being online. We will make it through this together. You just have to take action. You have to know what financial strategies to take. You have to know what advice are the thing of the past. Also, give YouTube some love. It has consistently kept me at 1,000 overviews. So I don't know why it's showing this love to my channel, but it does. YouTube, I do say that I'm more interactive on YouTube. And I'm not saying, because there are some people on Facebook that, send me messages and say, hey, I'm not with YouTube. I found you and follow you on Facebook. So I will continue to go live on Facebook, but I'm just able to share more links and things of that nature with my StreamYard when I am on YouTube. So I think I've answered all the questions. Thank you. Damon Hill says, hello, I love your channel. I really need your help to fix my credit. Go to my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com. Select the tab Credit Help Book Online. You can send me a message, or you can just find out more information about how my credit consultant works. Now, sometimes people ask me, the credit analysis is, oh, wow, Antonio. Yeah, you are giving Antonio some emojis. That's my business partner in the business. He says, you are amazing. Just got someone to join the business. Great, Antonio. Make sure you share that Zoom link with them so they can tune in. It's 2 training by a millionaire. I had Macho, Mr. Brian Bean. Yes, Lee, aka Les Brown, growing by leaps and bounds. And Speedy Clippers, just keep showing your credit score results. People, if you look on my Facebook page, I don't get a lot of likes on there, but people watch you. They watch your posts. They watch what you're doing. Don't be discouraged. They are watching and they are looking and they are lurking. And when they need help, you are going to be the person that comes to mind. Antonio, Speedy Clippers, Lee Brown, those who are live now, they know they have to tap into our trainings. They have to tap into the private videos. You have to have a certain mindset. It's not hard work for the cash flow business, but it is work, right? Yes, it is work, people. And you have to tune in. You have to, hello, Katrina, coming in on Facebook. She found me on Facebook. She asked me, please don't stop doing Facebook Live. You have to tune in, but it's not hard work, but it is work. And just because you're not getting, listen, this is a testimony. It's showing 1,115 views on my YouTube channel right now. Lee, Antonio, anybody else, Rick Phillips, he's not on right now. Jesus from California, they're not on right now. They can tell you, when I started on YouTube, I started out with 10 people live at a time. Then it went to 15 and 20. And Jesus is here. Okay. Jesus, where's 5G? And I think when Jesus was, now Jesus, I do have to admit, I think something good in a good way has happened with my algorithm, right? But because I was live Tuesday and it went all the way up to 300 or something. Then it went, okay, Mike. And I hit my highest peak one time. Jesus was on there with me and it was like 50 people at one time. Now, whatever is happening now, I'm just accepting it, but it's showing over 1,000. And a couple of days it showed over 300 at one time. And 5G has been here. Okay, yeah, start an online business. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. So YouTube, I thank you. And for all the testimonials, believe it or not, people don't always post their results that they get when they do credit, with me. They don't always post the results. They don't always, share the love. They get done what they want to be done. And that's fine. It's business. But for the people that take time and thank me and give super chats, because it takes, my time to read and research. But I want us to come out on this on the other side. And I'm not giving you obsolete financial advice that's not going to fit where we're going. Right. So now that YouTube is dropping me down to 9:55, maybe I should get off. I've been on 96 minutes. But if you join me in the business, you join, send me a text. I have no problem texting you that Zoom link. Once you join tonight, our training starts. We're having 2 back-to-back trainings that you need to be on. Please don't text me a paragraph or a dissertation about your credit services. Because I can't do anything until you invested that analysis. I really can't answer anything. Some people ask me sometimes, would there be any other fees after the $75? Yes, you'll have 2 options. You can choose either to sign up for the month-to-month for credit services for $80 a month, or you can choose to pay one upfront price. Usually the difference is that my timing is quicker than the month-to-month, and that's just only in life, and that's just only in business, right? If you're paying someone month-to-month in business, then they're going to handle things on a month-to-month basis. Doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means it's your affordability and what you can afford at that time. So, hey, I'm signing off. Let me get to the sauna. If you join the home-based business, just know again that there will be Zoom training tonight. If you join, when I log off, send me a text that says I'm in. I'll receive the email if you're in. But if you're looking at the website and you still want to be in the Zoom training, I will still invite you in to help you make that decision. All right, so here's to your peace and prosperity, your credit and your cash flow, and your health and your wealth. Queen of Credit out. Thanks to you all for tuning in to another broadcast.